Today, we're going to see an excellent example of how good situational awareness kept the store owner from getting robbed, even with no shots fired. Hey, in today's quick video from a attempted gas station robbery, we're going to see how good situational awareness kept the store owner from even having to fire one shot and stopping a robbery in progress. If you don't know me yet, my name is Caleb Lee, and I am the #1 best-selling author of Concealed Carry 101, and I'm also the founder of Patriot Training Center, where we teach live gun training courses in pistols, rifles, and shotguns for people just like you who want to learn how to defend themselves and their family. So let's take a look at today's clip. Just to get some background here, there's no audio with this clip, but it starts off here with this guy that's obviously working at what appears to be a gas station. And I couldn't find the associated news story with this, but according to the description on the small social media post, this guy saw somebody suspicious outside his store before he came in. Of course, we don't have the audio here. Now, so I'll just go ahead and tell you what I thought when I saw this. This is an excellent learning example, I think. Is this guy was keeping his eyes up, good situational awareness, and he saw somebody outside his store. Not sure if he was texting somebody about it on his phone or whatever, but obviously he kept his eyes open, and he saw this guy before he even entered the store or as he was approaching the door, and he looked suspicious. According to the timestamp on this video, it looks like it's 2022, so there's a couple years after the big flu scare. So this guy walking around with a mask and the hoodie and everything, I guess he looks suspicious. So we talk about that on the channel all the time, right? Is situational awareness, sometimes gets thrown around in tactical circles, and it's like, either some people have it or some don't, or it's kind of hard to learn. But one of the key things that you can always do is just have your eyes up, looking around you, and noticing who is around me and what are they doing, and just being aware of that, and then having a baseline of like what's normal in your environment, and then is anything abnormal in that environment. So this guy obviously looked abnormal, and it alerted the gun owner, it alerted the store owner or the guy working the cashier here, it alerted him to something was possibly about to happen. So he went and got a gun prepared, and this guy walks in. Now, this guy didn't come in high energy. He wasn't waving the gun around as soon as he came in. Uh, and this is probably him trying to distract the guy by asking for some cigarettes or whatever it is that he's going to buy. And again, we don't have the audio here, so we don't really know what he's saying. But then obviously here he pulls out a bag and probably telling him, hey, fill up the stuff in the cash register, and then produces a gun with his other hand. So he had his hands in his pockets the whole time, looking very suspicious. Obviously, he had the face covering, he had the hood up. So this guy was right to get the gun prepared, and he just set it right there next to him. And as soon as he produced the gun, he showed him he had his own. And this guy decided that he's going to put the gun away, and this is going to be a robbery because this guy's not an easy victim. He even takes his bag with him. I'll go rob somebody else. Kind of funny, but this is a great example, I thought, because our guy here, our defender, he didn't have to fire a shot. Anytime that we can avoid a gunfight, we should do so. Anytime that you avoid a fight, you win a fight, right? So this is an excellent example of like how many times a gun saves lives in America, but we never hear about them because a shot was never fired. This guy probably called the cops afterwards and said this guy tried to rob me, gave him a description or whatever, and that'll never get reported as probably a defensive gun use. No shots were fired, all that type of stuff. So it's definitely not going to get reported to the FBI, where a lot of these criminal statistics come from. That's why it's actually pretty hard to track like statistics of how many times guns save lives in America, because a lot of times just brandishing the firearm, as soon as the bad guy realizes that this isn't going to be an easy victim, he decides to run away. So this excellent example of this guy here having his situational awareness and his wits about him and taking action before this actually turned into a actual gunfight, right? And he was prepared, and he was, obviously kind of took it slow, and he went and got the cigarettes and kind of played along with everything. But he knew the whole time his spidey sense was tingling. He was listening to that gut feeling that something is not right. This guy doesn't look right. That's if you have that thought, this guy doesn't look right, or this situation doesn't seem right, pay attention to those gut feelings, because those gut feelings are like probably millions of years of like biological conditioning, right? So you can just feel and sense danger before it happens. So excellent job on this defender. Excellent job, because he didn't have to fire a shot, and he was pretty prepared there. We could pick this apart, and you saw him chamber around before he put the gun up on the cash register there. not very ideal. If you're going to have a gun for defense, keep the thing loaded. You don't want to have to waste that extra second to load the gun. If that guy had been charging into the store and with the gun out already pointed at eye level and he started taking shots, or then there could have been some kind of a race to get into this gunfight, and he would have been behind the eight ball even more. But as it was, good situational awareness, staging the gun there, and he was prepared to pick it up and use it. And as soon as he saw that this was actually turning into a robbery, he did grab the gun, and he told the guy to get out, and pointing the gun at him into the situation. So bravo to this guy. Excellent example of sometimes you have to fire a shot. Sometimes just being aware of your surroundings, pulling the gun out, that's enough. And he didn't have to make the decision to shoot. So that's great. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And if you'd like some training to help you prepare for situations like this, or any time that you would need to defend yourself or your loved one, go ahead and click the link below in the description, the first link, and you can book a call to speak with me about our training. And I will see you in the next video.